these poor unsuspecting birds have been racist for years, and no one has done anything about it until now, thankfully. Here are some examples. This bird used to be called the McCown Longspur. Well, it is now the Thick-Billed Longspur because it had been named after bird lover and Confederate General John Porter McCown. The small bird was renamed in 2020 because of his association, or its association with, no, not the bird. The bird was not associated with the Confederacy. The general was. The bird was associated with the general. You got it? Therefore, by transitive property, that bird is racist. That bird is a Confederate soldier. Also, General McCown was said to have fought in the Seminole Wars, during which the U.S. forces tried to force native tribes out of Florida. So the bird was getting a bad rap. Now, the Longspur is among the list of about 80 birds that will be renamed by the American Ornithological Society. This is part of what they're calling the English Bird Names Project. They announced it on November 1st. So they're going to start renaming birds that have any kind of offensive names, according to these commitments. So here's the list of how they're going to go through it. They're just going to look for names that have a geographic jurisdiction or are named directly after people, along with other names deemed offensive and exclusionary, first focusing on those species that occur primarily within the U.S. or Canada. I guess because it's not for us to go to Africa and tell them what their birds are and whether or not they're racist, but maybe the way this is written makes me think maybe we'll get to it. We'll do that later and tell like other continents whether or not their bird names are racist. This society also says that they will oversee the assignment of all new names, right? And they will actively involve the public in the process. So maybe you can vote for like, I don't know, Yoda bird or whatever. They're not the only ones to do this, though, around specifically names of birds. The National Audubon Society was named after John James Audubon, founder of the New York City birding community, but also he was a slave owner who opposed abolition. So the New York chapter voted to change its name earlier this year. Here's their announcement about it. Incidentally, they say Audubon chapters in Seattle, Madison, Portland, Chicago, and Washington, D.C. have also announced changes to their name or an intention to remove the Audubon from their name. Why? They say that the nonprofit acknowledges that John James Audubon's contributions to art and ornithology are significant and laid a foundation for the appreciation of nature and a conservation ethos in the country, but they decided his views and actions towards Black people and Indigenous people were harmful and offensive. So out with his name. They haven't announced a new name yet, so they're still using Audubon for now. It's interesting because Audubon is so synonymous with bird lovers everywhere. Like that basically means bird loving. Go ahead.
If they remove his name, they could just be the society, but that doesn't really have quite the same ring. We're the society.
Well, must be why it's taken them so many months to come up with something, because if you look, I'm trying to find the date on this. The date of this announcement, no, it's not here, was something like February or March is when they voted to change this name, but they're working on it.
I remember hearing an article about this a while back, but it wasn't super long ago. So yeah, it's definitely been about a year or so.
Also, the Audubon shearwater seabird will follow suit because that bird can't be racist, should not be associated with someone who owned slaves. So this bird will get a new name because look at that racist bird. Here's another one that will get a new name, the Scott's oriole. The bird was named after Winfield Scott, a Civil War general known for overseeing the forced relocation of indigenous peoples in 1838, which is now known as the Trail of Tears. He also Go ahead.
I wonder if those birds will now be more accepted by other birds, like they'll actually start to make friends again because they're no longer going to be racist.
Right. Yeah, I wonder. Or they will no longer be.
Scott's oriole, with the Scott's oriole, can't they just change, like retarget who Scott is? They don't need to change its name. They can just say, no, that's not that Scott. It's this other Scott we know.
Like Scotch tape. Yeah. I don't know. That cannot be the case. Yeah, so to be clear, this is all for humans, presumably because maybe, I just wonder, I'm very curious because I'm not involved in ornithology circles on the internet. Were there bird lovers who were saying this is hurting my feelings because of the history of this name, and I can't enjoy the pastime in the same way because of this fallback? Of course, or is this, I don't know, obviously the things these people did were horrible to a lot of groups of people, so that's not to discount that, but is this an appropriate way to be inclusive, or is this maybe an unreal expectation that all historical figures were perfect, and then there's reason to cancel everybody, right? I want to know. I want to know what you think of this.
Well, yeah, because it's like, how many degrees separated? Like if his best friend, Scott's best friend, was not, and they named something after him, it's like, where does it end? Like, if we keep doing this to history, it's just never going to end.
Yeah. I don't know, but this one is not for the birds, clearly. It's for the humans. The birds did not know or care who they were named after. That's my belief. Maybe you believe something else, but maybe they would care if they knew. I don't know. I guess it just depends on how much you're anthropomorphizing the bird here, right? I don't know. This is a fun one to think about. I don't think we should get in any fights about this, so let us know what you think in the chat below.
I think we should start a movement here at Redacted to remove the term flipping the bird, because I feel like that might be a little bit more offensive to them, that we use such an offensive sign as, under their name.
Right. Yeah. Good point.
So,
can we change the name of
flip.
Also, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. I was just going to say, we got to think of what can we flip? Flip the...
Mm-hmm.
Flip the finger. We just got the finger.
That hurts my fingers' feelings.
I want to. Yeah, exactly. I want to petition them to change the name of the tit to the breast, so it's a little bit more.
There we go. Okay. Well, last night we ended the show talking about vaginos. I'm not going to take the bait on this one and talk about my boobs.
Thank you so much for watching this segment here at Redacted. We are live every day at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, trying to share the stories that the mainstream media will not cover. You should also come over and join our community of Redacted Rebels over at redacted.inc. That's our private locals community where we can share exclusive content that we simply cannot share here on YouTube. Come over and join the rebellion together right now by going to redacted.inc. We'll see you next time.